If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question, are people with social anxiety anxious of talking to close friends, family members too? Answer by Frank Azure. A couple of years ago, the answer would have been no, or at least very minimal. Currently, I've spent a year with minimal social interaction due to health issues. That's a separate issue. A week or so ago, after not speaking to them for about 3 weeks, my dad asked me to fix something with our security cameras. After checking some stuff, I figured that it was a lack of sufficient power with one of the cables to the DVR. Anyways, I had to explain it to him, along with my brother and mom who were also there, since the DVR and monitor for the cameras is in the living room. When I first tried speaking, my voice kept getting caught in my throat and I kept having to pause and swallow because it was taking a lot of effort. After explaining everything and telling him I would likely have to order a new cable, I went back to my room. As soon as I closed the door, I let out a long breath I didn't realize I had been holding. The rush of cold air also hit me, making me realize that I was drenched in sweat. I had to wipe my forehead repeatedly because it was so bad. At first I wasn't sure if it was just from exhaustion. Then yesterday, my dad came to tell me about an opportunity he got at his job and asked for my opinion on whether he should take it or not. After speaking to him for a little bit, I noticed I started shaking unintentionally and I started sweating again. My chest also started hurting and I had to take some deep breaths to try and relax. There wasn't anyone else around, it was just me and him talking alone. So to answer your question, if a person's social anxiety is bad enough, yes, they will get anxious, even talking to close family, who one would think you'd be comfortable with. Of course, I can only speak for myself, but this is my experience. Answer by Camilla On. Sometimes it is worse, meeting and talking to people I know, even friends and family. It can be triggered by the situation or the people, as in family and situations can remind me of bad experiences that triggers the anxiety, but also by expectations. If I go into a store with her only strangers, I can just shop whatever I need and get out. But if I meet someone I know, I am expected to talk or interact, and that can bring me out of focus. It can also bring me back to focus if I am already starting to panic. If I go to a dinner party, there are expectations that if I show up, I have to stay at least until after dinner, because I feel rude or weird if I have to leave due to a panic attack, or afraid to embarrass myself if I lose control of my attacks in front of them. It can make it better when I let people know about my anxiety and they accept it. Then it doesn't feel so scary to get panic attacks in front of them, but people who have not experienced real anxiety, have no idea how it feels. That leads to another situation that makes the anxiety worse around family and friends. They want you to get better, so they push you. A little nudge is good, but to push someone with anxiety can make him panic even more and even make the anxiety worse. There is also the constant expectations for me to get better, making me feel like everything I do together with the people who knows, is being hopefully watched to see improvements. It's also difficult for them to understand that every day is different. One day I can manage shopping, going to a cafe and socializing, but the next day, or even the next hour, I might not. If I manage to do something I haven't been able to do in a while, the expectation is I am now able to do this every day or maybe even cured completely. Family and friends are also my best support system, helping me reach my goals, having something to fight for, and helping me get better. You need people to get rid of social anxiety. So yes, friends and family can make my anxiety worse, but they can also make it better, depending on the situation and how I feel in the moment. Answer by Stacy Hutchings. Depends on the topic and situation, but yes.